Why is the right to bear arms so important? In 1997, a high school shooting in Pearl, Mississippi was halted by the school's vice principal after he retrieved the Colt 45 he kept in his truck. In 1998, a middle school shooting ended when a man living next door heard gunfire and apprehended the shooter with his shotgun. A 2002 terrorist attack at an Israeli school was quickly stopped by an armed teacher and a school guard. Also in 2002, a law school shooting in Grundy, Virginia, came to an abrupt conclusion when students carrying firearms confronted the shooter. In 2007, a mall shooting in Ogden, Utah, ended when an armed off-duty police officer intervened. In 2009, a workplace shooting in Houston, Texas was halted by two co-workers who carried concealed handguns. In 2012, a church shooting in Aurora, Colorado was stopped by a member of the congregation carrying a gun. And at the recent mall shooting in Portland, Oregon, the gunman took his own life just minutes after being confronted by a shopper carrying a concealed weapon. 2,500 times last year alone, legal gun owners were able to stop violent crime when confronted with it, long before any police assistance arrived. Of course, you probably didn't know any of this because the mainstream media doesn't find it worth reporting. It's not sensational enough and doesn't fit into their agenda. What's insane is people who think removing rights from responsible people will somehow keep them safe. The fact is that their agenda is to instill that gun control is necessary by creating a situation that causes you to voluntarily hand over your firearms. Adolf Hitler disarmed Germany and Austria. Joseph Stalin disarmed the former Soviet Union. Pol Pot disarmed the Cambodians. Mao Zedong disarmed China. And now your own American government is trying to disarm you. Stand up for gun rights. If we do not act as our founding fathers did in 1776, we shall not be remembered. Gun control only prevents non-violent, otherwise law-abiding citizens from obtaining guns and being capable of protecting themselves. Violent criminals will still find a way to obtain these guns and commit these heinous crimes. The takeover of any country has to be preceded by disarming the general public, and in order to do that, the location of all legally acquired and legally owned guns has to be known. That requires total registration of all firearms. I'm asking you to call your representatives and demand that they vote against any further attempts to violate the Second Amendment rights in America. Thank you.